Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I am Realm Builder Guy, and this right here is the amazing, wonderful, and slightly above average King Henri II of Aragon. So you can see in the last episode, of course, King Henri and the forces of Aragon took the core of the Duchy of Toulouse away from Aquitaine, and now we have just the most beautiful border within Francia. Now, if we zoom out, it actually doesn't look that bad overall. I mean, Iberia is a mess, but Iberia has always been a mess. The British Isles are a bit of a mess, with England and Scotland kind of messing about there. The Byzantines here, Croatia is kind of all over the place. Hungary, the Holy Roman Empire is just huge, to say the least. Ruthenia is still going strong, split here by the White Rus. Vladimir out here, Estonia. And look at this beautiful, gigantic Mongol empire that'll eventually come crashing down into hundreds of little states. But for now, we've got Kagan Yochi in charge, son of Temujin, who died at the age of 60. But yeah, the Mongol Empire still going really strong, and look how far they've gone. I mean, they are on the doorstep of the Byzantines. They're pushing further into Russia here as well, and kind of consolidating a little bit here in Asia. But all of Central Asia, Siberia and so on, is all part of the Mongol Empire. So that's an interesting thing to keep an eye on. Kong, Mali, Ghana, kind of splitting up. West Africa, Nubia, still the dominant power here in East Africa. In the north, we have the Namjoids, the Hishamids, and the Assadids. But that's kind of the overall geopolitical situation here in the world of CK3 on the 5th of February, 1240 AD. Sapmi still going strong all the way in the north. So the question is, I turn this down to 1 speed and unpause. What's going to happen today? Well, I'm not honestly entirely sure. I mean, we need to continue to expand, and we will. So we're looking at places like Issoudun and definitely Saumur. Saumur is next on the to-do list. The grand city of Beaumont, Amiens, all of this shall fall and revert to Aragonese hands eventually. So we have someone to impress. Lately, my efforts to impress have fallen flat. My friendship with King Edouard is still standing on shaky ground. It's a mess. However, I've got a brilliant idea. I'll have my knight Hran at a dedication to the masterpiece he is making. The flattered dedicatee will be deeply touched by my generosity and munificence, and will have no choice but to like me more to Edward. And he is now our friend. So a friendship between the kings of Italy and Aragon. Now, let's see here. We've got low county control. We will lose land if Count Rutger of Toulouse dies. So the primary heir here is King Reynat. That is not good. I do not like that. He's 28. We'll see. Maybe he'll still have children. We'll keep an eye on that. We've got Geoffroy de Saint-Valery that we will ransom out, get rid of him. Constance, she needs a tutor. Again, someone who knows a thing or two about stewardship. Queen Estefania. She shall tutor her own child. And André needs he needs someone. And here we are looking at learning. And you know what? I shall be the tutor for my youngest child. Let's see here about county control. We've got a few here now in the new lands of Toulouse we need to work on. So we shall do that. And beyond that, as far as improvements goes, not really much else I want to do. But we will move our rally point and head that one back home. Because Saumur, well, unfortunately for you, you are next on the list. So it's allied to the Duke of Provence. Aha, so Those are significant allies. Those are about 8,000 strong in allies within the Champagne. Here in Issoudun, we still have a while to wait. Let's look at our other war goals of areas where we could expand. To Castile, we're not going to bother with. We've got, of course, Saumur, Amiens, Count Gilbert's claim of the county of Amiens, but I don't really fancy that one right now. And, of course, we could go Holy Roman Empire and England, Brittany. We have Count Alphonse claims, but that's not really of interest either. Inspiration, considered opinion. My metalsmith Hran updates me on the progress, droning on about the limits of hammer and bellows as my mind reels with bold ideas for my goblet. Making may not be my personal forte, but that doesn't mean I can't have a say or two in it. I have a few suggestions. Yeah, he's lazy. He wouldn't really do it. My background gives me some unique insights. No, Hran knows what he's doing. Well, he's trusting, and he's lazy. So being trusting and lazy, he will trust in Hran knowing what's best. Let's take an exact look here on Saumur. If we declare war, I mean, he's got 13,000 on his side. You know what? This is a war that I do believe we can win. So we shall declare it. Raise all our forces, call in our allies, especially the ones in France, and then we will push forward. So we've got our full contingent, got a few. Gotta wait one more month and then we'll be at full contingency. We are close enough now that before winter and fall comes, we shall move forward here and declare the war for our claims. Raise all of our armies and call in our allies. I think just to secure things here, we'll call in the Galicians as well. This will give us overwhelming force here to deal with this. And of course also the members of our family. So now our army will cross the Loire River and take on Count Onfroy of Saumur directly. If we win this one and capture him, that would already end the war as swiftly as it began. Greetings, my liege. I have arrived in Angers to pay homage, Prince Geoffroy of Poitiers. And I ask him to rise. I accept your generous gift. Perfect. And there we have it. We have captured the enemy banner. The Battle of Saumur ended in an astounding victory. I eagerly listen to the messenger as he reads the report from my commander Simon, and then turn to the soldiers before me. My lord, we came upon the enemy banner while we were cleaning the battlefield. Thought it would be a shame to leave it behind, so perhaps you wish to keep it as a trophy. It will make a fine addition to my collection. And with that, we can already end that war. Now we have an extra holding here in Saumur, a holding worth like nothing, but we've got some other lands we can pawn off, and I'm thinking more down here in Toulouse. So Rodez, we will grant these lands to. We're going to give these to Prince André of Aragon. Our son, not heir, but our son. He can be the count down here, the Count of Rouergue. Grant those titles because then eventually maybe we will move him to be the Duke of Toulouse. So we do have a new dynasty legacy available. And again, we could go with customs. So this is learn language, scheme power, plus 20%. Can learn one additional language without any penalties. We can go with law, faithful magistrates. So title creation cost minus 20%. And control growth plus 2. We can go with erudition, the vibrant court, courtier and guest opinion plus 10. Better guests will be attracted. And okay, so this is clerical approval, capable advisor. So he is more diplomacy and learning, I believe. Let's take a quick look here again. Yes, so learning and diplomacy, those are his fortes. So that is the direction he would steer the house. Could go walking the sacred path. It's not really his thing. Customs could be interesting, or law. I think going down law makes the most sense for him as a character. Again, that doesn't necessarily make the most sense in terms of optimal play, but as I said many times before, I don't really care about optimal play. And back in here, we've got all these disabled buildings that we're going to work on upgrading and improving and so on. Invest back in Saumur after so many years of mismanagement. Request for funds. My knight Hran insists that the funds I have supplied him with are not enough. Whatever you need, I trust you. So we can create the Duchy of Anjou and negotiate an alliance with our son. Yes, we'll get that done. We will not change his contract. We do have Raina von Vlaanderen that we can ransom, station some men-at-arms, and create the Duchy of Anjou yet again. Now we have that. We have too many held duchies, which is something I'm not overly concerned with right now. Eventually we will give the Duchy of Toulouse to our youngest son. But right now I'm just going to hold on to this. I'm not overly concerned about it right now, but to have the Duchy of Anjou back in our hands was very, very important to me. Inspiration realized. Over here, my lord. My knight Hran waves me over with a wide grin. I have toiled many days and nights, and finally, work is done. We have the Anjou Goblet. Excellent. And we have a new diplomacy lifestyle perk. We'll go thicker within water. So schemes against family, plus 25% chance. So now let's actually slow this down and take a look at all the little stuff that we've got here. We've got another trinket slot. No, we are... That's all wide open. So I have all of these sitting here. We've got a lot of weapons. Other than that, not much else. But yes, we shall head to court soon. Andalusian scholars have long devoted themselves to the study of medicine. Now, the polymath Zaban is seeking to join my court, but he has recently been exiled from my acquaintance Sheikh Yaish's court for an undisclosed transgression. I have learned much from the works of Al-Zaravi and Ibn Sina. Yet I have improved upon their techniques. I can remove cataracts and boils and treat diseases previously thought untreatable. My current court physician, Penel, urges me not to replace her with a heathen. I could use a new physician. We can't go to debt. That's just not going to happen. I will send you back to Sheikh Yaish. No, wouldn't do that. My health is fine, thank you. So now let's head to court, and we've got some court artifacts we can put on display here. We'll put the Anjou Goblet. Other than that, it looks like we are all good to go here. Ah, yes, we know that we are the rightful lord of County of Issoudun. We'll see that done. And we'll leave that here right now. Let's get some cash in the door first. Then we'll worry about that. Grand Tournament, we're not going to host that. Not by a long shot. We're being raided from Emir Amalal in our territory. Well, by the time we would get down there, we wouldn't be able to really stop it. So, we'll just have to let them do what they do. But that is good to know where things stand here. Now, one thing we can do is we can look at expanding our holdings also down here in Iberia, even though it's not really a major concern, but Al-Andalus is a bit annoying. Other than that, I mean, the Castilians are in strength here. If we split us up and go after Al-Andalus, that might be of interesting note. Now, some of the goals here are to continue to reunite. I mean, we're kind of united now, but ugh, it is one ugly mess. How long is our truce with Aquitaine? 4 more years, so we don't have to worry about that currently. Brittany, on the other hand, this bothers me. These lands, I want them back. Most assuredly. Adding Amiens would also be what we would want. It's a Capetian. Interesting. But taking these lands from Brittany, that would be prudent in gaining them back. We're going to start with Berry because that's where it all started way back when. And now, financially, we are in a position we could take Issoudun. Let's see here. He has no allies. So we're going to move our rally point to right here on their border. And we shall declare war for our claims. Raise our armies. I don't see a reason to call in any allies at this point. The battle is about to commence, and taking their army apart and then taking their castle and returning it to its rightful place. And we have once again won the enemy banner. So that is 50% done, and now we have 4 months left in the siege of Issoudun. See the trebuchet getting ready to launch yet again upon the castle, which it does, and we continue our progression here. Less than 2 months left, and we can sponsor someone yet again. He wants to forge a crown. Ooh, this. Yes. We will absolutely sponsor a crown forging. So your culture has joined the late medieval era and new innovations are available. And we will take a look at those here very, very soon. Councillor Alphonse has died, our longtime serving spy master. So it's time to find a new spy master. Countess Adela. Oh, she is a schemer, intricate web weaver. And here we will sway her and make her like us more. And in the meantime, the siege of Issoudun will come to a close, and the reconquest of our lands is more and more coming to a close. So Issoudun, we will grant this holding to someone rather loyal, who at least likes us. Orson, he wouldn't be a bad one. He is 24, he's a good man, and we will make him a Count of Issoudun. So Aragon keeps growing. Next up, we will target Berry. I mean, great if we can get all of Brittany, but that's probably not going to happen. Inspiration and name to remember on the crown. Is there anyone special to you? Yes, my beloved Estefania. Of course, Estefania. This will be dedicated to her. Take a look at factions here. 10 months, a peasant revolt. Not worried about that. In the county of Berry, they found the documents needed, and we will continue with that documentation. And you shall look at Touraine next, because these are all traditionally our holdings as we will unify our land. We will also go after Auvergne eventually. The Duchess Adelia here of House Aquitaine. Auvergne will also become part of the lands, without a doubt. And then connecting it down here. I mean, the goal to eventually just eat up Aquitaine is definitely on the cards. Now let's take a look at our children here. First up, we have our 12-year-old Prince Angilbert of Aragon. And I believe it is time to find a suitable spouse for him. A request for funds from Hosticio, whatever you need. Of course, see it done. So let's see here. As far as alliances go, what would make good sense? Princess Mikkelsdottir of Denmark, He is strong northern ally. She is honest, pretty decent in a few areas to help boost for a 9-year-old. That's not too bad. Infanta Constanza of Galicia, sister-in-law. Nah, I'm not going to go that route right now. Here's a nice one. Duchess Esclamande of Burgundy. She is zealous, beautiful, and has a 12 in martial. Is French. This would be a nice one. Chance of children is high. We get an inferior alliance, but still Burgundian alliance, which that's fine, having that internal alliance. So we shall send that proposal. Next is our daughter. We'll see who we can find for her. Oh yes, the King of Aquitaine, the 25-year-old with our 10-year-old. Yeah, I don't think so. Wonder if there's anything interesting matrilineally that's out there. An Anjou, 24-year-old. Other than that, no. Anybody roughly within her? The bleeder? Yeah, no. Within her age. Matrilineal marriage with claims on the Kingdom of England. This one has claims on the Duchy of Provence. This 10-year-old, who is humble, has claims on the Kingdom of Castile. Do we go for the claims on England? That is very Prince Drogo, the liege, primary heir. He's Mark Drogo, third in line there. The Infante Nuno, he is second in line. And we would gain an ally in Castile and kind of shore up Iberia as far as nobody challenging us there. I consider that more important than that. Born into the house Plantagenet, there's a chance, risk of being inbred. I don't worry about that. It's matrilineal, good congenital traits. We'll send that proposal and we will shore up Iberia. I mean, we've got an alliance with Galicia, an alliance with Castile. We don't really have to worry about them right now, which is really good. Next up, we have Prince Andre. So with him, let's find a spouse for Prince Andre. He is 8 years old. And here's an interesting one. Piedmont. Claims on the Duchy of Piedmont. All the way down there. That's kind of interesting. They're French. Just not bad. Give us an alliance with the Duchy of Piedmont. And some claims for their children. And that there aren't many other ones that are really of interest. That would be kind of an interesting southern France, northern Italy move there. Yes, I think we'll do that. Let's see, she's generous. That could be an interesting one. Yes, we will do that. And then our final child we have here is Prince Valeran of Aragon. He's only 5 years old. There's nothing really there that's of interest. But here we can change his education focus a little bit. He does... What we need is a son. He's pensive, so he's a thinker. So here we will go into the learning education. So there's just a little bit of the diplomacy king. Kind of weaving a few webs here to strengthen alliances and add some interesting claims. Gaining an alliance with Castile, very important for me. And adding claims in Piedmont as well, very good. And then here we have the Duchy of Burgundy with claims there. But now, for me, what was really, really important here for Henri, as the diplomat, is to shore up our ties in Iberia. If we look at it now, we've got alliances. Well, okay, that's with the brother. In Wales, Norway, Inspiration has been realized. A lovely crown of masterful craftsmanship. Okay, but we've got Burgundy internally. And call to war. And a war against tyranny of Duchess Esclarmonde. Who is attacking? That's internal. We'll accept that. But for me, the important thing are Castile and Galicia to shore up Iberia, that we don't really have to worry about being attacked from down there. Now we will form up our army and march down south here to support our new allies, new family. And our alliance has expired with Nuno Jimena. Okay, new alliance formed with Baron Nuno. Well, just like that, that was killed. We'll take a look at that in a second. My son, Prince André, came to me complaining about Constance bullying him. He has been staying in bed for days to avoid facing the other child. You do not have to face the world if you do not want to. Make sure you stay hidden wherever you go. A bully deserves whatever punishment you can imagine. No. He's lazy. The laziness lives on. So let's take a look at this real quick. So now where do we sit here? We just had the Castilian alliance. And we are allied with Infante Núñez of Castile, who's just tiny. But we have no alliance with brother-in-law King Lorenzo Núñez of Castile. Well, that's frustrating. Just did it. And it stopped working. But instead we're going to reach out and we will work on becoming friends with him. Well, I was just happy with what we had achieved, and then it immediately fell apart. Okay, well, we're going to send our army all the way over here to support our allies in Burgundy. A nickname has come to King Henri. My husband, have you heard what they call you? My wife Estania says to me while biting her lip. They call you King Henri the Good. It's spectacular, is it not? It's on the lips of peasants and noble alike. Cause for celebration, I think, Estefania claims with a cheery tone. I could get used to that name. We're going to change our army commander here to Count Arlat. I don't really want our marshal leading our military forces, but Henri the Good. I do like that. It's one of the better ones, and now he's friendly council. Each of your friend relations gives you 2 random skill points. So, I mean, he's very strong in learning and diplomacy. Of course, I was hoping that that Castilian thing would have been a little bit better. My nephew, Duke Adamar, has accused my sister Stephanie of having copulated with my cousin, Duke Jacob. Oh my goodness. God will judge these sinners. To the abhorrent King Henri, we have been burdened with your oppressive laws far too long. Once your coffers dry up and your larders are empty, you will wish you treated us more fairly. I guess I can grant a tax lien. No. No, we'll crush them. And to deal with that, we will call in her and him to deal with that peasant uprising. And you know what we could do? We can call in... Is there anybody else we can call in? No. We'll just call in those family members to deal with that. Zaragoza is under siege. We have to get all the way down there. That's annoying. You know what? Let's take a look here. How large is that army? 2,300. What I could do is call the Galicians. But, no, we're going to stick up here, head down this way, and support in this fight. Question is, will we get there in time to even make a difference? If nothing else, the Burgundians will hold long enough. Oh, we got in there just in time. Just in time. You know what we are going to do? The benign Henri in the county of Touraine. We have found what we were looking for there, the old documents. We're going to deal with the peasant uprising. We're going to call in our Galician allies. You know what? We're going to also call in the Castilians. So we're going to focus on this. Norwegian de Jour War. We've discovered hoardings. And we're losing cash like nobody's business. But hopefully these wars will all be ended here relatively soon. But we're already here, so we may as well help, right? That was a major victory. Now we're going to cross here, see if we can catch them. And get them into fighting, and we do. See if we can get a victory here. Burgundians are back up. We will win this one. So the enemy leader has been captured. So that revolt has been taken care of. And we have one here. Now we're going to move over here for a siege. We are going to end that. And in the meantime, what we're going to do is go to our court, our prisoner, and this is the rebel leader, and we will behead him. And there is 100% war score, ending this battle, this war. And made a friend, King Lorenzo, bonded at the Dance of Anjou. What a wonderful day. Our good friend. So that victory is over. We can disband all. And I believe that is a successful and good episode. We've expanded our diplomatic network, added a few more territories. Next up, we will be heading here. In fact, what I will do is go to our council, back to our archbishop, and we're going to add Bellac next to areas we're going to look at conquering and just regaining this heartland completely back from those who hurt our family. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like. And until next time, I'm Rambleder Guy, and I'll talk to you soon.